Black Ops 7 Zombies has not even been out for a week yet, and Treyarch are already teasing DLC 1 Astra Malorum, the map that is reportedly going to be set in space on a floating giant skull with glowing red eyes and featuring an observatory planetarium. It sounds absolutely nuts. Apparently Tessie will rocket launch us up into space to get us there, although it won't be playable, probably explaining how Ted tasks return. This map sounds absolutely nuts. Before launch they already showed us an image inside the planetarium showing some sort of large Wunderwaffe cannon and a Tesla coil. Now the reason why they're teasing it so soon is because the hype and the buzz around Black Ops 7 is just so low. I think Zombies has actually had a really good launch, but people are feeling that franchise fatigue higher than ever, honestly. Everyone's views on YouTube are down across the board. It's absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything remotely like this. And DLC 1's going to be releasing a lot sooner than usual, like Sale del Day more. In fact, it's apparently only going to be just over 2 weeks away, as Season 1's apparently going to be starting on the 4th of December. So honestly, they're going to be teasing it all this week and next. It's not giving us YouTubers a break at all. I've still got so much to cover for Ashes of the Damned, and now I've got to be thinking about this as well. My god. But before we continue with all of the Astra Malorum information and a very peculiar statement from Treyarch teasing the map, with the release of Black Ops 7 lately, now is the perfect time to get some help in the game. So I have the perfect service to let you be aware of, so stay tuned. Real talk, I was drowning in FOMO watching my squad flex Arclight, Singularity, etc. camos and high prestige ranks in Black Ops 7 whilst I was stuck grinding like it was my second job. Between my personal life, hobbies, and long hours scripting and editing content, I almost have 0 hours to spare. Not enough time for repeating the same camo challenges over and over, getting smashed in sweaty lobbies full of cheaters and toxic teammates. All the tediousness of zombies grinding. Sessions get stressful, not fun, or just plain out boring, and I was burning out hard, ready to quit the game I actually love in moderation. Then I discovered Skycoach.gg, and it flipped everything. They have a team of legit pro players who hop on your account while you're offline and handle the grind for you, level you up fast, unlocking all of the insane camos for all 4 modes, prestige boosts, whatever you need. It's legit. It's like hiring a pro to do your gaming homework so you can jump straight into the good stuff without the frustration or falling behind on seasonal rewards. They've already helped over 200,000 gamers, and it's 100% safe with 24/7 customer service support. Now I'm fully caught up, no more sidekick vibes, I'm right there with the crew, flexing and having fun. If you are tired of the grind, burnout, or feeling left out, go to skycoach.gg right now, use the promo code TGR10 for 10% off your first order. That's TGR10, shown right there on screen. Links in the description. Click it, level up, and get back to enjoying Black Ops 7. Let's go, and a huge thank you to them for sponsoring this video. I hope it helps you out a ton like it has done for myself. But anyways, Trek posted the blood spilled by this blade paved the way for our own ascension. #zombies. Thursday, planetarium, exhibition, January to February 1910. And then we see a gateway of the planetarium with loads of stars in the background with Josiah Shem's ritual dagger. Yes, that's right, they're tying back into Shadowvale's lore. Obviously, Josiah Shem was tricked by the Warden, posing as the Grey Voice, to commit a ritual that plunged them into the dark ether. There's intel diving deeper into this on Ashes of the Damned that I'll play now.
I'm sorry. What was that? How could I betray you? Well, I gotta say, it was real easy. There weren't ever gonna be no other way. I was always gonna fan your obsession. Get that ember to flare. Whatever it took to bring that plump, hypocritical liar's soul to me. No, this weren't no betrayal. You brung this on yourself. Shit, son. You don't even know what betrayal is. You see, this place, this is where it all began. Ashwood. This is where our leaders, our best men, showed their true colors. These were no loyal grays, no proud butternuts, they was yellow. The kind that bleeds buttercups and sunflowers. Ashwood weren't no garrison town. It's just a bunch of hayseeds, church folk. We was using it to marshal our forces. Near 8,000 head of horse, split between battery and cavalry. And all about set to march against the northern aggressors. Now, this was the start of 65. The riding was on the wall. Jeb was dead. We'd taken a real beating at Franklin. We weren't dumb enough to believe we was gonna turn no tide. But we sure was gonna give them blue bellies a bloody nose on our way to hell. So, imagine our surprise when a scout comes screaming into town like he's got the devil on his tail, hollering that the Northerners were a day out and riding our way. Well, come dawn, we ride out to meet him. Except, something's off. A couple of miles out, the first of our horses began to drop. One by one, like death himself, were riding alongside of us. They got real sick, and their hearts just give out. By the time them Northers fell on us, they was all gone. We had no maneuver, no response. And their cannon shredded us like matchwood. And I ran. Oh, did I run? I had to evade the Yankees and then later my own, scouring the countryside, looking for those they branded cowards, deserters. But it didn't take no genius to figure out our horses had been poisoned. It weren't no northern tactic, and the locals didn't have the stones for that. No, we got served up like hogs by powerful men. Most like for whatever grace or favor they could salvage before our inevitable, inglorious, final surrender. You wouldn't know betrayal if it walked up to you and beat you square on the ass. There ain't no more wily a snake on God's green earth than the rich man afeard of losing it all. No matter what they claim their ideals are, self-interest is their only creed. Which is why, if you truly believe in something, you best be taking care of business yourself. Well, seems I've worked up a righteous hunger talking to y'all. Well, don't you worry yourselves. This won't take long.
So what does this teaser mean? Well, it shows that Josiah Shem is returning in a big way, and they're probably going to be explaining more lore regarding the infamous Shem device that honestly, I was thinking Treyarch were not going to explain at all. It apparently shattered space-time at the Liberty Falls mansion, and that's all we really return. So Shem's probably going to be a big part of this map, and the Shem device was the vehicle for the Warden multiversal access. It was the reason for all of the importance and why Janice was stationed at Liberty Falls to begin with, due to time being fractured at that spot, leading to the time bubbles of the liminal spaces. The Warden weakened the barrier there because of the Shem device, and kept messing with Panos, etc., all because time was broken there. I really think time travel is going to be somehow involved in this storyline, explaining why the original characters are back, probably tying into Ava Jansen being taken in the mirror to some sort of time loop due to time being fractured at the mansion, which is the exact same place as the hotel she is taken from, because the thing is, in the intel of Black Ops 7 Zombies, we learn that the Warden has interacted with universes from the past multiverse, explaining why the original 4 are back, and other things like that. He tempted people in to plunge them and commit atrocities in the dark ether. However, we learn on the map that, at least it's heavily implied, that the Warden is not from the old multiverse and is instead from the new universe during the American Civil War, which lasted from 1861 to 1865. So how would he have access to the past multiverse? Well, there must have been some weird time distortion thing from the dark ether for him to communicate with the Cosmodrome, the Vandons, etc., because that would be billions or more years ago in dark ether years. Yet he was able to interact with other timelines across all of space and time. We don't know for sure about the Vandon farm, but they have TVs, which were only being mass-produced around 1946. Of course, it's possible because we're dealing with alternative dimensions that might not really matter because it doesn't have to tie in with the real world. For the Cosmodrome, it's around the 80s probably. And the craziest thing is that the exhibition, like I said, is 1910, so that's likely the day it got sucked into the dark ether, which has me thinking that they are going to be tying in more chaos stuff on this map, because honestly, I thought they were just going to ditch the chaos stuff entirely because it was not received or done well in Black Ops 6 at all. There were so many lingering questions, and honestly, I never thought Shem would be mentioned again. However, 1910 is around the time of when Alistair Rhodes would have been alive, so I'm wondering if they are going to be tying in more stuff with the chaos storyline, because if you look at the entrance, it even looks very similar to the ancient evil gateway in Delphi. Now, that could just be pure coincidence, obviously. Obviously, Josiah Shem was wearing the Chaos Story, the Order's robes as well. That's never explained to us at all, so maybe they're finally going to be giving us that answer. It was literally never explained why he has the robes, so maybe Treyarch are finally going to give us the answer, or maybe I'm just being too hopeful because they barely gave us any answers in Black Ops 6. One of the biggest problems with it felt really weird for them to tie back in chaos and then honestly just give us more questions than answers, and I hope that trend doesn't continue in this game and they tie up at least some of the loose ends. But honestly, I'm partially thinking it might just be better to forget about chaos, to be honest, because they've been handling it so poorly. I don't know how they can really fix it, but so far the Ashes of the Damned intel and dialogue is a massive improvement on Black Ops 6, so they're moving in the right direction. Now, some people are thinking maybe Josiah Shem's dagger is actually going to be the wonder weapon on the map, or we're going to get, you know, elemental daggers, but there's only one, so I don't think so, but it's possible. Now, Treyarch actually put out this very weird teaser for Astra Malorum as well, which actually came from Miles Leslie, even though it was incorrectly credited to Kevin Drew, which was leading everyone to think he was just some sexual horny motherfucker. No, you can put that blame on Miles. In an interview to PC Games, he described the map as saying, "Zombies fans, I will say you are going to be eating. We have heard you, and you are going to be getting extra scoops of ice cream. All the toppings. There's some cherries on there. You're actually going to be full, and we're going to need you to finish your dessert. Yeah, you better finish your plate." A very weird way to hype up the map, but it has me excited for what the map has to offer. Already just from the description that has leaked for how the map's going to be, it's going to have an amazing atmosphere and be an amazing locale, which obviously Ashes of the Damned is a major improvement in terms of atmosphere and environmental lore and storytelling, so I'm hoping that trend continues with this map. And the Ashes of the Damned Easter egg is great, so is Astra Malorum potentially going to be even better than that? Because the way that they're talking about this, they've never spoken about a zombies map like this before. Even Kevin Drew said before it's Full Metal and one of his favorite maps. This is literally what he said, which again, they rarely ever speak about a zombies map so highly as this. Obviously, this is their job. They're supposed to be marketing and hyping up the thing that they have created, but like I said, they never said these same statements about Ashes of the Damned, and that's receiving fairly good criticism right now. But yeah, this is all crazy stuff. That's all I wanted to say in this video. I've got plenty more videos to come. There's going to be more teasers over the coming days. Like I said, Treyarch are not giving us YouTubers a break at all. But I'm looking forward to the map. With how long relics are even being taken to be found, they're not all going to be solved by the time Astra Malorum is even out, so it's wild to think it is coming so soon. Things are feeling very strange this year. It's unlike anything we've seen before. I think content-wise, we're going to be getting a lot of content, but like I said, whilst it's being critically quite well received by the zombies community, there is just a lot of hate regarding Call of Duty right now, and that fatigue, I think, from having two Black Ops games back-to-back and them feeling quite similar with similar systems. The campaign's receiving a lot of hate, rightfully so. So I do think their player numbers are down a lot, judging from all of the metrics you can see on YouTube, social media, Google Trends. We're gonna have to see how it all plays out. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think of all of this. Obviously, how well the game is being perceived doesn't really affect you if you enjoyed the game, but it might affect future content. Things could potentially get scrapped or changed if they're just not earning the revenue that they need from microtransactions, etc. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you with plenty more videos to come. Bye.